Artur, what are your thoughts a few days out, despite 3 days away, or 2 days away, what are your thoughts on the fight?
I'm ready. I'm ready for fight. That's it. I don't think much more, but it's mean I think, but I have some instruction, and I try to follow them, and I try to do my best. Friday night.
Mark, in your view, what's the key to win this fight? What's the foundation? What do you think of attacking the nail?
Guarantees stuff. I'm not gonna expose my tactic for Friday night today, but the thing is, when you're going to a big fight like this, the most important is to make sure that you're not surprised by anything. This is what we prepare in the gym, technically, tactically, all aspect of boxing, like speed, power, everything. And we're gonna bring everything to the table Friday.
You think it's obvious though they are gonna try to box? You think that'll be their game plan?
But as a trainer, you can do that kind of mistake sometimes. That you think about only one option they can do, and if you have a little surprise, you have a surprise at the end of the fight. And the second thing is, we are a lot more focused about what he can bring to that ring. That's what the other guys can do or not. And we are sure on our side, like we have a more complete guy.
Obviously, the winner of this fight will have 2 of the 4 alphabet titles. Is that in and of itself enough, for that person to say that I am the one true king of the light heavyweights, or is more work that still needs to be done? Everybody talks about full unification, but it's not easy to do.
Yeah, but in her team, like the philosophy of we're gonna maybe pretend to be the king of the division when we're gonna have the 4th title. Right now, it's just one step for us, for this team. I think that's your part of
I agree.
Was there any difficulty from your perspective in the negotiation or accepting this fight?
At all. Actually, we ask our management group to try to see if we can do those kind of fight right away. This is what Artur wants. This is what I want as a trainer, and everybody push in the same direction. I don't know what happened behind the scene, but I know that was not very difficult. Like they came back with that fight on the table, and we say yes from the first day.
Artur, is there anything you remember from your amateur fight with Gvozdyk? Anything that stands out to you?
I remember this fight. It was I think 2 rounds only, and but I don't know yet. I don't know that time. I heard Gvozdyk said I broke his nose. I don't know that. He said that, but I know it. Only 2 rounds.
Do you think he's changed at all as a fighter?
I think so. I'm changed. He changed. Everybody changed. Just face changed.
A little more hair.
A little more hair.
A 3-month training camp, that's a pretty long camp, a month in Russia and then 2 months in Canada. Is that typical for you, or was it just a little bit longer so that you can keep your conditioning and everything on point?
When I went to Russia, it's I went to Russia just for the vacation, but I want to be like active, and I went to altitude place. There is, I used to be there when I was amateur boxer, and I had there good camp, like it's 21 days, and it's like prepared for our camp, for 8 weeks. It was good, and I'm happy for I did that.
Have you ever done that before, 21 days and then an 8-week camp, or is this the first time?
Yes, I did before a couple times.
Artur, you had a lot of time out of the ring early in your career as some promotional changes were happening. Can you talk about that period of time in terms of staying focused, or what was that period of time like for you as a boxer and trying to get your career moving forward?
It's difficult time. But I don't want to talk about past. I think it's future more happiness, and it's hard when you have sport, you have something, train, and you have to be active, and it's hard, but I did that, and now I have 100% time, for focus my fight for my career.
Mark, do you think he's back to being on sync? I know those layoffs aren't great for fighters. Do you think he's back on track, given the fact he's gotten some rounds recently?
And this is a very good observation. Like, we did a lot of fight, like one fight, and now a long period without fight, a long fight, and now he have a momentum for the first time from a long time. And because we're doing fight after fight, and this is what we want. This as a trainer, this is what you want to see from your fighter. You want to see your guys active, and right now I think we have a very good momentum.
Gvozdyk had 15 fights. This will be his third fight with Teddy Atlas. Sometimes a trainer change doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. Do you see differences in the way he is now in the ring as opposed to before he brought Teddy Atlas aboard? I guess that's your goal.
I think it's question for them, not for us.
Well, no, I'm just saying, what do you see?
They need to much, it's good for them or not, I mean, for Gvozdyk, it's question for Gvozdyk.
Yeah, but is the stuff that you see,
I think no. Yes, maybe something changed, maybe no, but it's focus for Gvozdyk, not for.
Maybe that's a question for you, Mark.
It is a little bit the same. I see it the same way. First of all, people, yes, when you arrive in the environment of a fighter, sometimes you change like a little bit of motivation and stuff like this, but the real change, technical change, philosophies change, have to be, it's a long process. It's not, if you change like one thing in one here with a boxer, you make an evolution. It's a long process. It's a lot of repetition in the gym. It takes longer that. And like Artur, and like I said before, like we are a lot more focused on what we're gonna do, me and him, the night of the fight, that what Gvozdyk can bring or do or not do, or with his trainer.
Mark, what was your impression of Artur's performance in the hot rod fight?
That was raw, but this is exactly what I asked him to do. Like rough and raw, like it was very rough to me. But the thing is, that was exactly the tactic that we need for that fight, and he executed exactly what we prepared, and I was pleased.
Mark, you're from, you have a lot of deep roots and probably one of the best fight cities in North America, Montreal. And obviously, the historical boxing in Philadelphia. What's that mean to you to have a, big fight here in Philadelphia?
I always enjoy it. It's not the first time that I come here. I have a good success in the past, and no, I enjoy it. Like, it's a boxing history, a boxing city, long time history, and I'm just happy to be here now.
Mark, with Canelo moving up, it's probably the deepest division in boxing. How do you see the whole division shaking out after this fight?
But right now it's hard to see, because right now all my focus is on Friday night. Like we have a good fight Friday, and we have a good challenge, and we have a lot of little things to take care and make sure that we don't have our mind in another direction. Like it's actually it's very positive, because if we look in a short term and long term also, it look like it's going to be a very good division for years, and we are happy about this. But right now our focus is only for Friday night.
Obviously, the ring is its own little universe on fight night when you're in there. But you guys live in the real world, and people know that there is a certain amount of friction and conflict involving Russia and Ukraine. Doesn't have anything to do with boxing, but does that play even a little bit into, like your feelings about the other guy or something, like going into the fight?
I think no, because I'm focused. I'm first of all, I'm a professional boxer, and I'm focused I go to fight unification fight, for 2 belts. All my focus for that. I think so. Do you have question without box?
It's nothing political.
Yeah, I mean, of course, no politics. I mean, without box, because every day box. It's not very good.
Okay, well, here's one. You've won all your bouts professionally. professional bouts inside the distance. Other fighters have had long knockout streaks to begin. How important is that for you, or not? You know, for that to continue, or does it? You know, all are you looking to do is win by whatever method works best?
You asking you about?
Yeah. I mean, does it mean anything to you about your knockout streak, whether it continues or not?
It's not important. Focus, win, fight. It's knockout, no, not knockout. You know, it's
If you
I'm
go
not focused for
if
that.
you go only for the knockout, that means you have only one option in your head, and you can't go to a boxing match like this. You have to be prepared for every scenario.
One of the other champions in the division is Sergey Kovalev, who's Russian as well. Is he somebody that you follow his career? Have you looked up to him? Have you had a chance to interact much with him over the last few years?
No, I don't watch his fights, you know. And if, for example, tomorrow I have fight with him, I will start follow him and something, watch his type of videos or something. But now, no. Now, you know, I don't have personality with another fighters. You know, I have like it's challenge for me. It's every new fight, you know, is a challenge for me. First of all, and second, then there is another belt, something good things.
Do you watch boxing for fun?
It's not fun. I have many things
Yeah.
for watch, you know, for fun. Instead of boxing.
Yeah,
Box is not funny, you know.
Because when he talks about, you know, Kovalev and they talk about the other fighters in the division, you would only focus on them if you were fighting them. You're not going to watch Kovalev's fight against Canelo. No interest.
No, of course. I think no. If you know, it's maybe you know. If I'm not asleep that time.
Maybe you're
Last night you were talking at the Philly meet and greet. You were talking about how, as to piggyback off of her question about how boxing is it correct to say you're very good at it, but it's not your passion?
I mean, it's
Like, is it
it's
something
your job,
that you're good
it's
at
not-
but you necessarily don't like to do?
You know, when I used to Olympic box, you know, it's amateur box, and that time I'm dreaming. My dream is to win gold medal in Olympic. You know, that time I'm like in box like for that dream. You know, it's mean no money, no nothing. You know, just now it's my job. You know, now I'm focused like it's job. Like you're a reporter or you're a reporter.
Yes.
Yeah, reporter. You know, you work and you go back home. You know, get easy, to relax, and you know, I'm like this. You know, I try to be like this. And if you have 6 days during the week busy in boxing, and I don't want to use seventh day for box. That's it. It's very simple, I think so. You know, and
It's good balance.
There's a lot of other fighters that do. though.
yeah, it's boxing
it's your choice,
like
true.
my job, you know. But I try to do my job, you know, good way, you know.
Mark, you're with him in the gym every day. How hard does he hit? How would you gauge his power? How would you grade it?
But the best that I ever saw. But the thing is not only like one shot. It's all the shot. It's also from you don't need like a lot of space. He can hurt you with this distance. You have that kind of explosiveness. But again, this is what the people see from in superficial. But you have a lot more to offer, and actually, it's maybe the less thing. We are still working on stuff with power, but we try to make him a more integral boxer, global boxer, more. And he's the type of guy who would like to use every single training to be better, and this is what we're doing in the gym with him.
One of the big things in boxing with some fighters is, you know, to be a 2 division, 3 division, 4 division world champion, which means going to different weight classes. I'm looking at Artur, and obviously going up, cruiserweight's 200. You know, that's 25 pounds. I think that would be a difficult thing. I don't know about going down to 168 if a big enough fight was there. Are you a light heavyweight? Period. I mean, is there any chance that you might look at another division if a big enough fight was there, going up or maybe down to 168?
No, it's light heavyweight. It's good, but I can, it's go there or there. If someone won't fight there, there.
Question about the gym, Mark's gym for you, Artur. There was Leader Alvarez there still there, John Pascal there for many years. What was that environment as a young fighter, young professional fighter, training in that gym with those champions? What was that experience like? I know you had a chance to spar with Alvarez earlier in your career, see Pascal. What was that experience like for you in terms of what you took from those other champions at 175?
No, it's. I remember this time. It's 2013 when I first time came to Montreal, and Mark tried to test me, with another guys. Like one day I remember he said, you have problems tomorrow. I tell him what happened. You spar with Pascal and later, same time. It's 2 rounds with one another. I tell him, not me problem, not I have problem, they have problem. and it's good, when you start to professional career and you start with good challenge, good play well. And I'm happy for I had this experience.
I remember when
after those 6 days of boxing, what would you like to do on the 7th day? What's your hobby?
I try to enjoy with my family, and take them from cinema or something else. Just be like good father or something.
And how long do you been living in Canada?
It's almost 7 years, 6, 7 years.
Artur, you've been level amateur and world champion at professional level. What kind of mental preparation goes into attaining so much success?
Can you repeat again?
Basically, you've been the best wherever you fought at. What kind of mental preparation goes into fighting the best?
Mental preparation.
It's every time it's different. It's not the same every time. It's always different. And it's good, I like that. Every time when you do weight or when you have fight, every time it's feelings different. And I like that. You need to control something, emotional, everything. There are many aspects. I like that. I like my job.
Does your wife watch the box? Your kids?
Yes.
They watch sometimes. What do they say to you after fights?
After fight?
Mm-hmm. Do they talk to you about the fight, your wife, or anything, or not at all?
No. I don't want to talk about box at all. Speak with Philip about it.
Yeah.
We can go now.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.